Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. How will the Steelers divide QB reps between Mason Rudolph and Will Howard during OTAs? With Aaron Rodgers absent, all eyes are on Mason Rudolph and Will Howard during the Steelers' OTA practices this week. While Rudolph has ample experience in Pittsburgh, he is new to Arthur Smith's offensive system. Howard, of course, has no experience, coming in as a sixth-round draft pick. While Skylar Thompson technically exists, we would be kidding ourselves if we pretended that it wasn't Mason Rudolph and Will Howard that Steelers fans wanted to hear about. In the absence of Rodgers, this is the duo that offers intrigue at the quarterback position. How they work, how much, and when will be something people want to know. Now, by no means am I intimating that there will be some type of competition. The Steelers have never said there will be a competition, and there is no reason to think there will be. But this is OTAs, and historically for the Steelers, that would mean more to a rookie like Howard than a veteran like Rudolph. While Rudolph hasn't worked with Smith before, he has NFL experience and has been here for a while now. Rudolph will, presumably, take virtually all first-team reps over Howard, insofar as first-team means anything in OTAs. These are practices whose function is primarily instructive, after all. But how much work will Howard see relative to Rudolph, given that he needs more in theory? At least heading into this week, there doesn't appear to be any compelling evidence that Aaron Rodgers will sign and participate in OTAs. The Steelers, then, have Rudolph, Howard, and Thompson on hand. That's more than enough for this time of year, but what will that work look like? The thing is, we're not really going to know, from the sounds of it. Based on reactions from beat writers, they seem to expect the Steelers to be more strict about access during OTAs. If that is the case, our updates will have to come from Rudolph and Howard directly, or their teammates. But we'll have to see. It wouldn't be the first time reporters threw a fit over something comparatively minor. The Steelers are rebuilding, or reloading, whatever they feel the need to call it, after another disappointment last season. Though they limped into the playoffs, they once again embarrassed themselves therein. Just like last year, the biggest question hanging over the Steelers is the quarterback question. While they ultimately traded George Pickens, they have other decisions to make. The 2025 NFL draft class is now behind us, so most of the roster construction is complete. But we still have a long offseason ahead for Steelers football, or football in shorts. Certain will he or won't he situations remain in play, which we continue to monitor. Now it's about evaluating the roster in place and filling holes as we go. NFL rumors: Pittsburgh Steelers have second QB on radar amid weight on Aaron Rodgers' decision. The Pittsburgh Steelers have been banking on the belief for months that Aaron Rodgers will be their starting quarterback this season. With the 41-year-old still dragging out his decision and the start of OTAs arriving, another option is on the table. Reporting on Saturday's SportsCenter, ESPN NFL insider Jeremy Fowler said that Kirk Cousins is on the Steelers' radar as they await a decision from Rodgers. However, the four-time NFL MVP remains their preferred option over trading for Cousins. The Atlanta Falcons have been open to moving Cousins all offseason, but only on very specific terms. After paying his $10 million roster bonus in March, ownership has taken the approach that it's already financially invested in Cousins and won't move off him simply to get him off the roster. It's the unwillingness to cover a significant portion of Falcons' salary, at least $8 million, that is believed to be one of the reasons why a trade has never materialized. Atlanta has also made it clear to teams that it's very willing to keep Cousins as a backup to Michael Penix Jr. in 2025. As for Rodgers, the expectation around the league remains that he will eventually sign with Pittsburgh and be in attendance for training camp. If he changes his mind, then Pittsburgh would pivot to Cousins. Otherwise, the Falcons will seemingly keep Cousins heading into the regular season. Steelers owner Art Rooney updates Aaron Rodgers' timeline, expects decision. Pittsburgh Steelers owner Art Rooney too continues to wait on free agent quarterback Aaron Rodgers to solidify plans ahead of the 2025 season, but the timeline is shortening. The Steelers drafted Ohio State's Will Howard and have Mason Rudolph along with Skylar Thompson under contract. Rodgers, obviously, would be Pittsburgh's immediate starter. A little while longer. I'll say the same thing, Rooney said this week, per ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, echoing his previous stance from April 1. CBS Sports' Brian DeArdo explained it's time for the Steelers to pull the plug on the Rodgers experiment this week, suggesting the quarterback's current value on the field after his inconsistent 2024 season isn't worth the continued wait and roller coaster timeline he has provided. Rodgers biographer Ian O'Connor argues that a Rodgers decision comes before June 10. I do think there will be a happy ending, at least for him, and we will find out for the Steelers and their fan base, O'Connor said recently on the PM Team with Pony and Mueller. If I had $100 to put down, my feeling is he will be in uniform June 10 for the start of the mandatory minicamp.